Hello parents, this is Chris Allen and I am your son or daughter's math teacher, and I wanted to give you an update for the week of January 25. So our class topics this week in geometry, we are looking at proportions and similar figures, and we can use some of those concepts to find lengths of things indirectly. So for example, here we've got some streets like Indiana Avenue, Michigan Avenue, Kentucky Avenue, Ohio Street here in Indianapolis, and we can see that the distance between some of the streets is 4 miles, and then that hypotenuse, if you will, for Michigan Avenue is 6 miles. So we might ask ourselves, how long is Kentucky Lane? Well, we could set up a proportion because there's actually two similar triangles in that diagram. And the short side of the small triangle is 4, the long length is 8, so that would be equivalent to the ratio of 6 to KL, which I'm going to abbreviate for Kentucky Lane. And we can use the cross product property to get an answer of 12 miles. So Kentucky Lane between those streets would be 12 miles. In AP Calculus AB, we are looking at the fundamental theorem of calculus and some of its extended theorems and corollaries. And here we're going to use one called the net change theorem. And so here we're told that the rate of a fluid is pouring into a container is 500 minus 5t liters per minute. And the question is how much fluid poured into the container during 0 to 18 minutes. So the net change theorem tells us that would be the integral of the rate of change from 0 to 18. And so we would then integrate the function 500 minus 5t, and we'll get an answer of 8,190 liters would have flowed into the container during those 18 minutes. And finally, in Calculus BC, we're still looking at series. And so if I asked a student, does this series converge or diverge? Well, it looks similar to a geometric series, but it is not a geometric series because of that +1. However, we can compare, using the direct comparison test, that series to the series 1/5 to the n sum, and that is a geometric series with r less than 1, so it will converge. And note that 1 over 5 to the n plus 1 is less than 1 over 5 to the n, so it meets all the qualifying criteria to use the direct comparison test, and therefore this series is going to converge. All right, so final things for this week that I would like to remind you. Number one, next Monday, February 1st, we will return to our hybrid schedule. And the hybrid schedule just means that students A through L will be here on Monday, and M through Z will be here on Tuesday. And again, the same thing on Thursday and Friday, but we'll do the even periods. Again, some students are choosing to be virtual the entire time. But if you are an M through Z student and you're a hybrid student, then you would not be here on Monday, but you would come here on Tuesday and Friday. Again, if you're a virtual student, then you would just stay virtual. Also, again, I'm just going to keep saying this, Canvas is where you find all the information for my course. It's where you find information about the homework, what we're doing, important announcements, etc. If you need to reach out to me, a good way to do that is just to email me. Now, obviously, you could use Parent Squared, which is what I'm using right now, but if you want my school email address, it's callen@perryschools.org. And finally, a reminder, and I'm going to keep reminding you of this too, is homework is due every Friday night at 9 p.m. and students have homework every week. If your son or daughter needs clarification on how to join my meets, that information is included here. It's also in Canvas. And then the final slide here that I would like to share with you is, again, the schedule, which is the same schedule we've been using all this semester, except now we're going to next week be going back to that hybrid model. Thank you very much for your time and have a great day.